Hi everyone, this is Pearl. I'm back. So people have been asking about my skincare regime because I have all of this major hyperpigmentation. I've had it for years and years and years, and I've tried a lot of things to get rid of them. My dermatologist about a year and a half ago told me to cut back on a lot of my products and just keep it really simple, and it will slowly go away. And it has slowly diminished. I'm gonna have to put a before picture right here somewhere. So you can see how much it has actually changed. I don't know if it'll ever go away, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? When I was in Korea, I went and saw a dermatologist there because Koreans are really known for their skincare. And they said I would need to do a treatment. I don't know what it's called in English. I can't even remember what it's called in Korean. But they said I would need to go once a week for 20 weeks in a row to get it almost or completely gone. But then it might come back because I live and I'm outside. Even though I wear a lot of sunblock, all my windows are tinted, all of that. So anyway, I'm just doing what I can, and I wanted to show you what I do for my skincare regime. This is the morning routine, and what I first do is I wash my face every morning, and I use Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser. So I've been using this for years and years and years, and I'm so glad that they started getting the refill pouches so then I don't have to keep purchasing the glass. So I use this in the morning if I'm not taking a shower in the morning. Now, when I am taking a shower, whether it be in the morning or in the evening, and I want to wash my face, I use this COSRX Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. And I still do use my Clarisonic. So I just keep this in the shower and I use this on my face every time I shower. So that's that. I have the Foreo, so sometimes I use this too. I'm not as consistent with this as I am with the Clarisonic when I'm in the shower. And I just changed the bristles. They still sell these on Amazon, although I don't think they sell the Clarisonic anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash my face and I'll be back. Okay, so I've washed my face, but I haven't dried it off yet because I like to use this by Amore Pacific. It's an enzyme peel, treatment enzyme peel. Now there's a bunch of other brands that make it. Like I have one here from Good Molecules. It's a pineapple exfoliating powder. So what it is it's just like a powder thing that you pour onto your hands. Can you see how I did that? And then you just put a little water on it. So I'm getting my fingers wet, and then it becomes like a kind of a paste, and it's like micro beads. Like once I make it into a foam, I can't even feel it, but it does a gentle exfoliation on my skin. I like to do this, and it says to rub it in for about 30 to 45 seconds, but I just give it a good peel. And I like to do that around my nose and in my pore areas, and I just rinse it off with lukewarm water. So because I do have acne prone skin, I've had to move to disposable paper towels. I know it's not the best thing, but I think these ones are biodegradable. And remember not to tug on the eye area. Okay, if I have to shave my face, I use my Dermaplane, and it has different cycles. I can't see what I'm doing, but I usually do this all over my face because I do have peach fuzz hair all over. And I like to go around my mustache area. And don't forget, if you're using something like this, to go all the way down around your jawline too. Once I forgot to do around here, and because I can't see, I had like fuzz right there. Disgusting, nobody wants that. Anyway, so I use that. I also have the mini one, but I use this one for my eyebrows and to get the top of it. But in the event that I don't have that, I also have these little razors that I can be precise. And because I do have my brows microbladed, it's so much easier to know where to shave my face. Now I stopped waxing my eyebrows, I think when I was 20 or 21, because Koreans say when you pull the wax, it pulls the skin and it'll cause premature wrinkles. So I stopped doing that. So I've been shaving my face since I was like 20, so 34 years I think it is. So that's that. Okay, first thing I do is I usually do eye cream. Right now I'm going between the Toriden Cell Amazing Firming Eye Cream. It's anti-wrinkle and darkening care. I got this when I was in Korea. My cousins are my dad's age, and my nieces are a little bit younger than me, maybe by 10 years or so. Is that a little bit? We went to Olive Young, which is the equivalent of a Sephora here, and I bought so much skincare stuff, but she recommended that I try this. So I take it on my ring fingers and I gently pat it. Don't pull on the skin there. And I always get dry on the inner corners, especially during the winter. And then whatever you have left, use around your lips. If I'm not using that, then I'm going in with my Tatcha Brightening Eye Cream. I use my Avene retin-a 0.1 Cream Intensive. So I use this during the day. Now, if you're not going to be putting sunscreen on religiously, do not use this during the day. I am very religious about my sunscreen, so I do put this on. I put a few drops or pumps like that, and I get it mostly on my cheeks, nose, forehead. Make sure not to get it on my microblading area because that will make the color fade faster. And then I go up on my neck and my décolletage. So this is not so strong that I can use it on my neck without getting all the dry patches. Whatever you use on your face, neck, and décolletage, make sure you rub the rest on the back of your hands because your hands age as well. So every time I put sunscreen on in the car, I always put on my face. I also put it on the back of my hands. Now, the day cream that I prefer to use is the Tatcha water cream, but my cousin, again, told me to try this. This is the Numbuzin Pantothenic B5 Active Soothing Cream. So this is what I'm using in the morning. It's from Korea, and it is like a water cream. Can you see that in there? It is similar to the Tatcha water cream in that it is like a gel cream, but I feel like this is a little more moisturizing, which is fine for the winter. So I take that because I am oily and because I am acne prone. I don't want something that's gonna clog my pores. And I find that I really do like this cream, so I may continue to purchase this and use it more in the winter and the Tatcha gel water cream during the summer months because I do get so oily. Little sample of the Tatcha water cream. I always keep one of these available for when I have to travel. Okay, so sunblock. I always use sunblock. Now the sunblock I typically use, I don't have on hand because I'm trying to go through some of the other sunblocks. So the ones I'm rotating right now is the Glossier Invisible Shield. I really like this because it smooths out. It feels like it kind of fills in my pores. I also use the Ulta MD SPF 46. I don't like this as much during the summer because it feels heavy, but during the winter it's fine. And then the Super Goop Serum SPF. Okay, so today I'm just going to use the Glossier one. I would probably buy this more. Oh, you know what? It might be available at Sephora now. Take like a quarter size amount, and I like this because it's cooling. I really like this one during the summer, and I get it everywhere. It's kind of, and don't forget when you're going around your neck and your chest, always go up, upward motion. You don't want to drag down the skin, cause premature wrinkles. Now, some days I like to use my nuface. So I have this with that and also just the electric currents. So I have the nuface that you can change the head. So this one is for like the eye area and right around the nasolabial folds. And this is for the rest of my face. And I like to do that. I don't have time today because my son is having all his friends over to watch some football game or whatnot. So that's how I usually do my morning skincare routine. If I'm going to an event or if I want like to brighten up my skin, I love this. The Clarins Cryo Flash Cream Mask. This really does freeze your face. It's amazing. It's amazing, but it's $80. So I use it maybe once a week, twice a week. Okay, I'll be back with my nighttime skincare routine. Hi everyone, I'm back. So it's the end of the day for me and I'm getting ready to do my nighttime skincare routine. I have these little, what are these called? Wristbands. They're made out of like terry cloth, so they're like towels. Because I'm short for the new modern height of the sinks, I always get water running down. So these have saved me. I have like 10 sets of these. So between Kai and I, we use them all the time. I mostly use them for nighttime because that's when all the makeup, dirty makeup goes down. Okay, so for my nighttime skincare routine, I always start off with my Pharmacy Green Clean. I have this everywhere. Now I do double cleanse because I do wear so much makeup when I do wear makeup that I like to make sure I get it all off. So I use the double cleanse And the pharmacy so far has been my favorite. I've used some oils, but I don't like that as much as I do the pharmacy green clean. So I take about that much and I take it onto my hand and warm it up. And then I will put this all over my face and just rub it in. And the oil from this balm really does a good job of taking off all my makeup. Just kind of rub it. And be gentle around your eyes because you don't want to cause premature wrinkles, or for me, make my wrinkles even worse. And I like to make sure I get up to my ear, my hairline, and under my jaw, because I do make sure my foundation goes down there. Okay, and then I rinse my hands with warm water, and I usually use a mini makeup eraser, but I haven't done my towels yet. So I have this little puff pad from Saie, S-A-I-E, and I got this a long time ago, and I have a few of these, but I typically use my makeup eraser because I have a bunch of those in the minis, and I use a different one every night. And I use this to just gently wipe off the balm. Look at how dirty that is. And then I rinse it with warm water. Then I go back in and wipe again. And this time I make sure to get my neck and my décolletage. You can't see that. Remember, go up, go up, go up. And I like to do this a few times. With the original makeup eraser, it's long enough that I don't have to keep rinsing off. It's easier for me to do it this way, and these are smaller. See, even some of my tubing mascara has come off. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to rinse my face, and then I'll second cleanse with the Youth to the People, the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser. So let me go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've washed my face, I'm taking a face towel. I will link these down below. And I have to use a disposable face towel because I am so acne prone that I need to use something clean every day. And so I was introduced to this when I was in Korea. And so I do that. Okay, I will have these little wrist towels, bands, and the face towels down below. I do get them on Amazon, and the face towels I have on Subscribe and Save because my older boys use that too. Next, I like to use latisse, and what I do is I go ahead and just put one drop in there, and then I take my latisse brush and I start from the outside and I go in, and then a little bit on the bottom. I don't know why I keep doing that because I still don't have any bottom lashes. And then I like to just use the rest on my eyebrows. So that needs to set before I put eye cream on. I move on to my bleaching cream. Now this bleaching cream is hydroquinone. I do get this from my dermatologist, and he recommended that I use this. So I did take a long break. I think you're only supposed to use it for a few weeks at a time and then take a break, or else it becomes ineffective. So I did take a break for about a month. I don't think you need to do that for that long, but I did go ahead and do that because I just lost track of time. But that's okay because I had been using it for a long time. But mainly I use it around my areas of hyperpigmentation. And then I go right in with my tretinoin, my retin-a. This is also a prescription, and I like to put this everywhere as well. I just make sure not to get it around my eyebrows because that is microbladed. One of the best decisions I've made. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Actually, I did because I was scared. I always like to take this, massage it into my skin. If your skin is sensitive and it doesn't do well with retin-a, mix it with your moisturizer and just use it once a day, every other day. And then whatever's left over, always put on the back of your hands. Now for my eye cream, I go between the Summer Fridays and the Dream Eye Cream. Because I feel like I need more moisture, I do more of the Youth to the People. So I take a little bit of that on my ring finger and I melt it. And then I like to dab it starting from the outside going in. Don't forget not to tug, but this is where you need to make sure your latisse is dried or else it's not gonna work. And always use the leftover around your lips. For my morning routine, I usually use the Tatcha water cream, but my cousin has been introducing me to stuff, my Korean cousins. And so I'm using this. This is called, let me see, it's 1025. I'll have it translated. And if you can buy this in the US, I'll link it down below. It's the Round Lab, that's what it says right there. I have to use Google Translator. I mean, I can read it, but I don't know what it means. So I take a good dollop of that, see, that much. And I'll take that, warm it in my palm. And this is thicker than I normally like, but since I've gone through perimenopause, my skin is not as oily as it used to be. So I do like to moisturize and always go down your décolletage and up. Everything you do for your face, make sure you do to your décolletage, your neck, and your hands. As my final step, I always use the Laneige lip mask at night. This is a brand new one I'm opening. My favorite is the peach iced tea. Put that all over. And then I always put the rest on the back of my hand. I have one of these by my bedside, by my computer, on my craft island, and in my car. Use this all the time. So that's my PM skincare routine. All right, let me think. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Like I said earlier, my dermatologist recommend I cut out a bunch of things just to let my skin reset and let the bleaching cream and the retin-a really work. So that's what I've been doing. All right, well, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.